Hi folks, back to oil. Been on the bike ride today, so I want to just show you if I can do it. Right. I took this where are we? Photograph from the boardwalk in the Wetlands in Malden Hall Park. I'm going to do something like that. This is an exercise in painting greens, really. In the foreground, in the shadow, we've got the bulrushes, the marsh grass, on the edge of a pond, which is all part of the wetlands. It's very, very lovely, but the problem we have, of course, is how do we paint greens? And I'm going to alter the composition, and I'm only going to use this as a guide. I've got it on my laptop in large scale, so I'm going to move the tree to one side. But I want to put in a sort of sky. We had quite a cloud and, well, lovely day really. It's very warm now. So I'll get this brush. Somebody asked me about what brushes I use for all this, but I do explain in all the videos what brushes I'm using. But for the moment, I'm using these graduate Data Rowney. I think they're student quality brushes. They're very good. They're bristle, hog bristle, except that one which is nylon, the round. But they're very good brushes and they're quite inexpensive, so I'm stocking up on these. Right, so I want to put in a sky. So my sky, I don't want the sky to, well, I could have a sky clashing with the foreground on the middle distance, or I can have a dramatic sky with the trees underneath. But I'm going for a plain sort of sky, so let's mix up a bit of shadow, a bit of a cloud, a bit of white for that. Take a shortcut. Get some paint on. I've given this a bit of watercolour paper. It's from a demonstration I did yesterday, sacrilege, I know, desecration, but why not? I'm going to do it again, can't I? So let's just put a bit of ochre in. I don't know if I might have to get some out. Yeah, I will. It's been in the palette, in my Stay Wet palette, since Saturday. So what, that's 3 days, 3.5 days. So I can't go with that. Put a little bit of this Data Rowney graduate oil. They're very similar to the Winton oil paints. Whatever. So I've gessoed it with a bit of titanium white gesso and added to it some chalk dust, some chalk for chalk lines. That sort of gesso. Let's just darken that a bit of ochre in it. Just warm it up a little bit. Oh, I should have kept the ochre out of that. Alright, just keep grading the brush. I'm going to put a bit of blue in there, my palette, well, there's cadmium yellow, pale, medium, that might need to be refreshed. Cadmium red, ultramarine, cerulean and black that I'm using today. I'm going to go back to that black. I don't like the effect of that ochre. It would be better ochre mixed with white. Let's just put that back a bit. But I don't really want to copy the photograph. Let's have a bit of a bit of cerulean, bit of ultra, bit of medium, and just guessing the sky. Bit of white down here. I'm going to paint over a lot of this. I've cut my piece of, is that a bit loose on there? Yeah. my paper in half. It's 7.5 inches by 11. So if it goes wrong, it's not a disaster, is it? So let's just get this all nice and laid in. The noise you can hear in the garden is my grandson. We've been on the bike ride, the weekly bike ride today. And coming back, he thought he would have a drink of my water whilst riding along, and he crashed into me and he hurtled into some corrugated metal fencing. But he's all right now, as you can hear. He won't do that again in a hurry. There are only 4 of us on the bike ride, holidays and other commitments. Right, okay, let's get some brilliant light in there now. It's all got a slight touch of ochre in it now. He's a great lad to take out, he's no trouble. He's 11. Right, let's change that to... see, that's a bit... bit of lilac colour. A bit of cerulean in there. It's a bit of cloud shadow. So just blend that in a minute. I get some light on that horizon now. It's always difficult painting on white because everything you put on it looks dark by comparison. Okay, that's cerulean and the ultramarine back in the sky. So a bit of the blue sky showing through the clouds. Well, we got rid of next door's dog for 10 days. The neighbours were on holiday, so the dog, the yappy dog, has gone to their relatives, which is a lovely dog, but she just barks. Every time you go out in the garden or move, if she's out there, she'll bark, whether it's 7:30 in the morning or 11:30 at night. And it's quite embarrassing for them, I think. Just softly blend that. And get these clouds. Just a slight touch of ochre in these. Yeah, that's what one dog with 2 others. Just a touch of that blue. Spending too long in the sky really, but right, let that go for a minute. And the same brush, I'm going to put in that big tree, and it's in silhouette because the sun seems to be shining. It was overhead actually, but I'm not going to be literal about this. I'm just showing you how I would go about painting a tree, and I'm in the dark here because I've got cerulean, and I'm going to see what it mixes like with red, cad yellow, light, and a bit of red, cad yellow, and the and this. A bit more red, a bit more blue. I know black I was using, aren't I? those surrounding trees a little bit bluer. Trying to make them all different. Okay, I'm going to put some more darks in that. I'll carry on across here with these trees. Black, I love black. Black, red, yellow. And we've got to go sort of shorthand for the rushes and the marsh grass, which you can't see from our. But everything's overgrown now in the summer. Lovely summer greens. Alright, that's pretty red, pretty yellow, and pretty dark. You don't get all your trees looking the same. Vary the colours. Otherwise it all looks monotonous. We always stop for a tea or coffee at Merton Abbey Mill. It's the site of the old William Morris Liberty's factories, fabrics. Let's just bring that one over a little bit more. Right, all lightness attached. I'll put some air back in that tree in a minute when we've done some of this pasture. Let's get some shadowy greens underneath all that. Vary. I can put some of those light bulrush colours for summer. They were green, they are green. All different trees, all mixed in here. Oh, I wish you were doing this. And we can pick out some lighter greens on some of this. Have a bit of red to make it orangey and glow. No, don't be frightened of impasto. Impasto is invented for artists to give variety to your work. Luscious paint. Just creating an impression of light coming through. Right. I'm going to put more darks on that tree and some more lights, but also some sky colour coming through. It's a bit solid at the moment. Now I'll take a flat brush, my flat brush, and we'll put in some of the top light greens of those grasses. A bit of ochre, a bit of yellow. Now, all abstracted. More white, more ochre. Right, vary the brush strokes, vary the colour. I was asked about people copying me, well, the person copying me, and I know a lot of you do, but they like my style, they can't quite get it. The thing is about style, it's something that you develop personally over many years of practice. It's all right to try to emulate a style of other artists. I've done it, but eventually, with a lot of practice, your style, your personal touch will develop, and it'll be your own individual brushstrokes. You see, mine's totally individual now. I'm not copying anybody, but that isn't to say I haven't. Just bring some of the tops of these grasses into the landscape, or into the middle. Breaks up that outline, because there's no real focal point other than that tree. Now we're going for some greens now. Nice, let's try that cerulean. Bit of red. Used to be a more reddy green than that, I think. Now, a great exponent of this was Seago, Edward Seago. If you look at his, there's a gallery of his work on Google. He would show just a bank of the colour here, all like a flat sort of colour, and then just put in a few strokes, lighter strokes, and that your brain would translate into texture and individual stalks of grass when there aren't any, because he never painted any. Well, apart from a few. Let's just have a bit of abstracted stuff here. I'm not going to do the pond, I'm just going to bring this down into dark, into the shadow. Slurred in thick paint. That's the end of it. Bit of red. A lot of red. It's a lovely little spot this. It's sort of done as like, it's National Trust owned. It's done like a platform with seats or bench seats that nature lovers, schools, come and sit on there and take some instruction with little fishing nets with what they're called and identify things are. Oh, there we are. Soaking a bit of light. So that's just suggesting some individual. I know it's a bit thick, but look at the size of brush I'm using. Right, I'll put that aside. I want to put some more lemon yellow out, or cadmium yellow, pale. Cadmium yellow pale. It's a great colour. But if you just remember, I'm giving you my secret here. Mixing greens from black, cadmium yellow, pale and cadmium red. 3 colours. And you can get a tremendous range with them. Let's go in with some, let's do a bit of sky in that big tree. Then we'll try and dramatise it with a lot of dark and light. So we've got basic colours is the ochre light. No. Okay, that will do. I'll thicken up the sky with a bit of impasto. I use some of my paint up on it just to give it a bit of character. What you try to do with the painting is to continue the technique. It's no good having very thin paint here because the sky is very thin and airy, and have a really thick impasto and landscape. You want to get the same brushwork in the sky as in the landscape. Not easy, but not impossible. So yellow, black, getting a bit dry in that black, and a bit of red. so you can see all the colours, but don't blend it into a grey. A bit more black. So keep the colours individual, the 3 colours coming off the brush at the same time. Right, I'm going to use dark green now. Just using the black and the yellow. A bit like red more or less. Now, good rich dark in there, in the shadow there. Right, clean the brush, and a bit of very light green, catching the light as it comes through. I don't think I quite pulled that off there. Right, let's get some dark right in the middle of that. That'll be 3 colours again. I hope you can see what I'm doing on that palette. I've gone to a bit of care in trying to show it like this. Right, get some individual colour in there now from the sky. Then we go back over the sky. Then that's all I'm doing today. Now we don't want any individual patterns here. Right, stopping right now. Now we'll go back over that sky. Clean the brush. Clean that one. Just cleaning it in towel at the moment. Then I'll clean it in the small finger and dishwasher liquid. Keep the bristle nice and soft. Right, now we want some good impasto going across that sky now. The evoker. Just using up the paint. So a bit of greaseproof paper clipped to the board, and you've got your palette as well. You don't even have to buy a palette. Now it's going to take ages to dry. Okay. Might have been right if I'd left it alone, but trying to keep away from my tree. Let's have a little bit of shadow under there. It's like cerulean. Okay, well we're going to let that go. I'm going to put it in a mount. I have to move my palette out of the way. Otherwise, I'm not going to do anything more on well, I will. I'll keep it moist because I've still got some fresh. The two blues are fresh and that yellow's fresh. I'll scrape the rest. Oh, the ochre's fresh. I'll scrape the rest off before I put it in a saver palette, so that's usable tomorrow. But I'll be painting, I hope, for Patreon tomorrow. Can't neglect the people. There we are. Let's move this over. I'm going to get the centred, come up. Now, as you know, I've done this a lot of times, but everyone is different, and everyone is a joy to paint. So there's loads of colour in that, absolutely loads. So what have we used? We used a bit of cad medium, cad yellow, red, black, cerulean, a bit of cerulean, yellow ochre, and ultramarine. I could have done without the ultramarine today. But there we are, I've got all this lovely slurry Van Goghy brush strokes and some of it in the sky. Well, I'm quite pleased with that. I hope you will be. Thanks for looking in, guys. I'll put this on YouTube when I've cleaned my brushes. Bye for now.